Starting lineups for the Tennessee Lady Vols brought to you by Capital One. Right at the top, Sophia Knight yesterday, her first home run of the season. Her second career home run set the tone for Tennessee.
I couldn't agree more. You love to see it. You need that little extra spark to get you going, especially game one of a Supers where maybe the pressure is mounting. So that was cool to see her first of the season.
And in the start circle today, getting the start for Georgia is Randy Rolling, who her last 5 starts, she's got a 3-0 record.
Yeah, I love me some Randy Rolling. I feel like she is just an absolute dog out there in the circle. A lot of energy and backs up against the wall today.
Georgia must win this game to force a game 3. If Tennessee wins, they're going back to Oklahoma City. For Randy Rolling, her second season at Georgia, spent 2024 with Cal, where she made 33 appearances before becoming a Georgia Bulldog. Sophia Knight lifting this to right field. Sarah Gordon is there, and that retires Knight. What's Rolling got in her arsenal, Danielle?
Well, she's got a good chunk of pitches, but to me, as she's coming from the left side, she has that up, that down, as well as that changeup. But this defense is going to feed off of her energy. She's somebody that gets amped up, juiced. You will see her walking around with this different type of swagger about herself. But to me, it's been the rise ball that's been different for her this year.
Now facing Ella Dodge, who takes the first pitch and finds the grass in right. Ella Dodge going back to first, and just her second hit in the tournament. She was 1 for 14.
I like it, swinging early in the count. Knowing a pitcher is going to kind of come right at you, a little bit of a split grip. You love to see it. Definitely going through a little bit of a rut, but that has to feel good to get that base hit.
And her first hit against Georgia, did not have one yesterday. Brings us to Emma Clark, who certainly did have a hit yesterday against the Dogs. And a solo shot. Clark will swing through that pitch. Yesterday it was Addison Fisher getting the start for Georgia in the circle. I think we were a little surprised to not see Randy Rolling yesterday at all.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised just with how well she has been throwing lately. I mean, when Addison Fisher's on, she's money.
Oh, yeah.
She just got, the first inning kind of hooped her. She got squeezed. Like the umpire had a very small zone, and she was forced to have to throw the ball a little bit more over the plate, and hats off to Tennessee for taking advantage in that moment. And we've seen Harrison throw really well for Georgia as well, so to be able to bring her in, I know they had a big moment that she was able to get out of the jam for Georgia.
Tennessee was able to get 2 solo home runs in the first inning yesterday, and now it's 3 balls, 1 strike to Emma Clark from Randy Rolling. And she will walk Clark. A single and a walk put 2 on for Alana Leach, who was one of those 3 Lady Vols to go yard yesterday.
That's a good patient at bat by Emma Clark, passing it to Leach.
Leach has had a hit in 7 of her last 8 games, including a couple of home runs. And that hits her to load the bases. For the sophomore, Mackenzie Butt has got him juiced.
I like this just coming together for Georgia. You can see Randy Rolling trying to kind of dry her hand off a little bit. I know it's damp, it's humid, there's been some rain, all the things. And then on, the opposing side for Tennessee, man, you got to smell the blood in the water at this point. When you get opportunities with less than 2 outs, with bases loaded, you have to capitalize.
Tennessee was 0 for 4 yesterday with runners in scoring position, but Mackenzie Butt is going to step to the plate. 54% of her career hits are for extra bases. Can she put Tennessee on the board first?
And she's been so good. I mean, her last 7 games, 429, has had those 6 RBIs. So she's been someone that's been exciting to have in the lineup. I know that they made some changes in the regionals last weekend to be able to get her more ups.
A transfer from Boise State.
And that's a good pitch by Rolling. Gets back in the count with that changeup at 59 miles an hour. Rolling tends to favor that up and that down. She has that rise. She'll throw it 25% of the time. That drop at 28. So what was that screwball? And that's it right there. That's that pitch. So that screwball is going to go away from a right-handed hitter. And if you're a right-handed pitcher, it would come into a right-handed hitter. And that has been kind of a bread and butter pitch for her.
Full count now for Mackenzie Butt against Randy Rolling with the bases loaded. Strikeout for Rolling.
And look at the energy. You see her so fired up. She climbs the ladder, 3-2. Listen, if you're Butt, you want this back. You want to see it down, but it looks so good. The spin rate on the pitch up in the eyes looks like it's right over the heart of the plate. And the big strikeout by Randy Rolling, trying to get the ladies behind her going. That's huge.
Now the freshman catcher, Elsa Morrison, did not have a hit yesterday, was 0 for 2. First pitch strike coming in from Rolling. Randy Rolling told us, I've always been known as a beast. When I got to Georgia, it became I'm always known as a dog. Thrives in these moments. She's working ahead, 0-2.
And that screwball is her lowest average against out of all her pitches. I mean, hitters have a 175 average on that screwball. I'm going to go right back with something kind of tailing up. I like her rise ball. You saw her get that strikeout to Mackenzie Butt, but when you're getting those swings like you just did from Elsa Morrison, I want to pull the trigger on something away with a little bit of upspin, see if I can get her swinging out of her shoes.
Morrison is a hitter who hits better against left-handed pitching than right. She's hitting .366 against lefty pitchers. Elsa Morrison. In comes Sarah Gordon, and Tennessee leaves them loaded. Randy Rolling is fired up right now. Georgia's defense gets out of it. They'll grab the bats for the first time when we come back. This Super Regional taking on Georgia in Game 2 of this Super. And you take a look at the Bulldogs starting lineup brought to you by Capital One. Emily Digby, 4 for 8 in the NCAA tournament. She is swinging a hot bat, hitting .529 over her last 8 games. And yesterday they saw Carlin Pickens in the circle. Today we're going to see Erin Newer get the start. And I think we were kind of expecting Sage Marjetko.
I was, but hey, a little change up here, and that is Erin Newer, who has that good change up in her back pocket. She does go downstairs with the drop as well as that low rise in the zone. Listen, she has thrown so well. Last weekend was exceptional in the regional. I mean, she had the 7 innings pitch, just gave up that 1 hit, throws very well at home, and this is a pitching staff that they've been able to rely on all 3 arms in some pretty big moments. A Georgia Bulldog team that probably wasn't expecting to see her.
And Kirsten Ruse, top of the order. We'll get the first look at Erin Newer. Erin Newer, who is 11-0 at home this year. Her Love a good storyline.
No big deal.
Cruz yesterday, really good at the top of the order. 2 for 3 with a walk. She's had a hit in 11 of her last 12 games. How did you feel about the ABs that Georgia had yesterday against Pickens?
I mean, I felt like they were as good as they could be with facing someone like that. They, you know, coach mentioned it in the on-the-field interview. They don't face someone that tends to throw that hard. It's hard to face 75, 76 miles an hour with a pretty good change. I felt like yesterday her changeup was pretty good. She was able to command it. I think if she gets the opportunity to throw again, she's going to have to add a little bit more of that pitch, but I would like for Georgia to carry over some of the momentum that they had from that last inning, right? When they had the bases loaded against Pickens. I mean, it just kind of felt like, man, it's starting to shift a little bit, so they probably want to carry over some of that, but it starts up top. I think Roos had some really good at-bats.
Full count here to Roos from Newer. Kirsten Roos, one of those key transfers from Georgia who has come in from Coastal Carolina and taken over that starting second base position. Second team all SEC selection. She's got a career high in runs, career high in home runs. Struck her out. What a start for Newer.
Can I just say that I hope that this is a corner that continues to stick. I think that pitchers need this pitch, and at times we have not seen it go in their favor. I love that on the inner half, just painting corners all day with the backwards K to start off the game.
Now Jaden Goodwin, first pitch, hops into Ella Dodge's glove. 2 down.
Aaron Newer, she has that rise ball as well as that drop ball, but I think the importance is being able to attack, right? Like, can I get ahead of these hitters, which you saw her do? And at this point, with the pressure and all the things, it's really about being able to trust your stuff and what has gotten you to this point, because she has been fabulous.
Facing Sarah Gordon now, who comes into this game on a 5-game hit streak after going 1 for 3 yesterday.
I'm looking at Aaron Newer in the month of April, had that 2.14 ERA, 219 average, and having a heck of a May, 0.70 ERA with that 171 average, so she really has been throwing well.
Out to the grass and left goes Sarah Gordon, and Georgia's got its first hit. And Aaron Newer has thrived at Lee Softball Stadium, 11-0. 1.07 ERA. 62 Ks make it 63 now after striking out the leadoff. And Megan Rhodes-Smith, the pitching coach for Tennessee, out to talk to her battery.
Pretty quick timeout, too, when you think about it.
Yeah.
With 2 outs already in the inning, but just trying to go, all connect, get on the same page.
But remember,
Weekly came out as well.
Yeah, remember, too, Tennessee has changed their defensive alignment from starting in regionals, a new third, second, and first baseman as they shuffled some things around. They stuck with that lineup here coming into Supers. Karen Weekly said it also helped them get Mackenzie Butt's bat in the lineup. She's now playing first.
I like it. Listen, is it risky? Sure. But what isn't when you're in the postseason? I mean, you got to live on the edge a little bit. And I like making the change. I like getting that at bat back in the lineup. I think that is key. And I think it takes the thinking out of it for Ella Dodge. I think she's so sometimes in her head about things. And not necessarily in a bad way, but at second base, there's a lot more to it. When you're at the hot corner, you don't have a whole lot of time. You have to be able to react, make great plays, and I think it's been a good shift.
And Ella Dodge had an awesome throw on the run coming towards home plate yesterday. Here's Tyler Ellison. fouls off that pitch. Ellison seeking her first hit of this super. She was 1 for 8 last week in regionals. And Erin Newer is ahead 1-2.
Sometimes it's just about going over and connecting in the sense of like sometimes hitters hit something a little bit better. I mean, a 422 average, Tyler Ellison on that drop ball, that's pretty good. She's good at seeing it down in the zone. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you can't go there, but it's being able to be aware that, hey, if I am going to go there, I got to make sure I put it on a corner. And we've seen Erin Newer do that this inning, had that big backwards K to Kirsten Roos.
Yeah, to start this game. 2-2 again to Ellison. Tyler Ellison sends this one to the wall. Sarah Gordon stopped at third. It is runners on the corners for Georgia. That's just the third career hit in the tournament for Tyler Ellison.
When it came at the right time. This is with a changeup. She takes something off at 57 miles an hour, and Ellison, the body, everything is just on time. Hits it to the right center gap, right to the warning track, and a really good relay by Tennessee to stop Sarah Gordon from getting a score. That's what it's all about, being able to play great defense, do the little things right.
The freshman first baseman, Gabby Novickas. Tennessee left the bases loaded in the top of the first. Can Georgia capitalize on their opportunity here?
First and third situation as well. So you just have Elsa Morrison on it behind the plate.
That's an underclassman battery here with Erin Newer, a sophomore, Elsa Morrison, a freshman. Novickas gets jammed up, Ella Dodge on it. And Georgia won't take care of its opportunity either. We got a scoreless ball game heading.
I think being able to shake some stuff up defensively, but it always comes down to hitting, right? And I think some of the key components that were playing defense weren't doing what they needed to do offensively. And this was a Lady Vol offense that, in my opinion, kind of needed a spark. What was that spark going to be? And I think being able to shift some things around, get someone like Mackenzie Butt back in the lineup day to day.
It'll be Gabby Leach leading off as 7-8-9 due up for the Lady Vols. Now they missed a huge opportunity in the first inning. They left the bases loaded as Randy Rolling and her defense got out of that inning.
Well, when you think about
that hits Leach. Second batter hit today, too.
When you think about the postseason, like, you think about the clutch factor, right? Like, I think about two-out hitting. I think about being able to hit with runners in scoring position. Those are all kind of the little things that stand out to me, and I think they're actually going to check.
Yeah, I
see if she was over the dish.
I think Tony Baldwin is going to challenge this. That ball's got to be in the batter's box.
Ruling on the field is hit by pitch. Georgia challenged that ruling. Previous play is under review.
Well, each team gets 2 challenges per game. If you're correct in your challenge, you get to keep it, and that decision will be made in Pittsburgh. So nobody here in Knoxville is making the call. The call on the field was that Gabby Leach was hit by a pitch. It has to be clear and obvious for them to overturn that.
I'm going to take a peek at where Leach is. I mean, if you were to do a direct line from where the elbow guard is straight down, I mean, I feel like she's, look, her right foot is like on top of the plate. I think it's going to be overturned.
Oh, yeah, that's a great angle right there.
I always say, you take the arm guard off, would that happen? Nope, because there's nothing worse than getting hit on the funny bone with a 65 to 68 mile an hour pitch. It doesn't feel good. The hang time on those elbow guards is so much. It's an additional 3 inches probably off too. So that extra over top of the plate makes a difference as well. So I like them challenging this. I think it shows something to Randy Rolling. Like, we got you. We're going to have your back on this. Continue to keep owning the inside part of the plate. Whether it gets overturned or not, because we know sometimes I put the jinx on it. So
look, and this game is critical for Georgia this season, a big run in the SEC tournament. Randy Rolling was actually the one on the SEC Now set after they opened up, got a win in their first game. We're getting set to take on Oklahoma. She said, "Can I just say something? I'm ready to take on the Oklahoma Sooners. It's hard to beat a team 4 times." And guess what? Georgia scored 10 unanswered against Oklahoma and won that game.
I like her energy. I like her confidence. You need to speak it into existence, who you are, and that is her. And I love that. Even getting to sit and talk with her, she was a very confident young woman.
We've got a decision from Pittsburgh.
After further review, the ruling on the field has changed. The ball was in the river when the batter was struck. Georgia retains their challenge. They have 2 remaining. The count is 2 balls, no strikes.
It's nice to know that the river is known as the river. Let's
Love
keep
that.
shooting for the river.
Love that. Nothing makes Danielle happier.
Nope.
So Gabby Leach has got to come back. Two-0 count. She's the leadoff in this inning for Tennessee. Strike 1. Foul ball. Gabby and her twin sister Alana Leach in the Tennessee lineup. It's a direct pipeline from the Leach household to Knoxville.
That's a good pitch.
Oof. Gabby Leach smacks this one deep to left, bounced it off the wall. Leach looking for 2. She's got it.
I bet Gabby Leach would rather the leadoff double than the hit by pitch anyways. And this is a curveball. Just stays a little bit up in the zone, but man, a lot of pop with the oppo power, like straight to the bottom of the wall. Legs out the double. Love to see it.
Her older sister Aubrey Leach in the dugout also played here. So did Kelsey Leach. And here's the shortstop, Bella Fall. Used her yesterday to lay down a bunt.
He's 11 sack bunts actually on the year. Which you kind of like from the bottom half, right? Someone that you can trust to kind of help try to turn it back up top.
She's going to try to do it again towards Novicus, and that gets Leach over to third.
And this is what postseason softball is all about, right? Trying to find ways to manufacture runs. You get the leadoff double with none out, then you have Bella Fogg get that sack bunt. You got 2 outs to try to toy with to score this with Taylon Holly, and then back up top to Sophia Knight.
Holly's a freshman who's broken into the lineup, playing in left field. Even when she wasn't in the lineup, Karen Weekly praising her efforts, her work ethic, didn't let it get to her, just kept on grinding, and here she is in supers. Tennessee's offense with runners on, 275. Runners in scoring position, 222. They were 0 for 4 yesterday.
Taylor Holly on that curveball, that 105 average. Listen, if I'm a left-handed pitcher, those are just the little kind of nuances and things you know about hitters. Pitches that they at times maybe struggle with a little bit more. So I'm going to go back to kind of that bread and butter coming from the left side, something sweeping away.
1-2.
And it would be an example of, like, if I were to go to my change, someone like Taylor Holly, 368 average on that pitch. So not that you can't throw it, but pending on counts, 1-2, that may be something I'm a little bit more weary of, keeping it down.
Dirty. Randy rolling, second strikeout.
This is filth. This is that screwball in on the hands. This is so tough. Just that extra cut, little extra wiggle up in the zone as well. 67 miles an hour. Really pretty pitch, big pitch.
And now the go-ahead run 60 feet away. Sophia Knight, top of the order up. She's their leader in average, hitting over 400.
I love that Randy Rolling's just so comfortable just owning the in-on hitters, right? She'll throw that screwball hard and tight into those left-handed hitters. Has that kind of curveball in on right-handed hitters when they're standing in the box, in on the hands. It just instills a little bit of fear in a hitter knowing you will go in.
I say she did not go. Sophia Knight in back-to-back days. Hadn't had a home run all season until Supers. Swing away, Sophia.
Get out of here. Number 2 on the season comes at a big time. Listen, this one's a little bit more down in the zone, and she is ready for it. Turns on it in a heartbeat, 70 miles an hour exit velocity off the bat, and 2 runs up on the board here for the Lady Vols.
All of Tennessee's runs in the Super coming via home run. Ella Dodge up. And let's remember, too, this inning started with Gabby Leach leading off with a double.
But it's being able to do all this with 2 outs, right? Like, you had Taylor Holly, who ended up striking out, but Sophia Knight clutch.
Ella Dodge finds her way through. Didn't have a hit yesterday. She's got 2 today.
And you just kind of see what seems like a very freed up offense, if you will, for Tennessee. They seem a lot more comfortable. Listen, in the SEC tournament, I felt like they pressed like crazy against Ole Miss. They didn't look like themselves, but carrying over the momentum from regional weekend last weekend over to today.
And that was kind of the mindset shift, right? It's like, let's go out there and have fun. Stop putting the pressure. Stop trying to press. Emma Clark. And that's what they worked on because of that early exit in the SEC tournament. They had a lot of days of practice, but Karen Weekly said, we didn't have one bad day. Everybody was ready to work.
And sometimes it's easier said than done. Like, you know, stop playing so tight. Like, but at times when your back is up against the wall in the postseason, like, you know, you got to win or our season's done. Sometimes that playing free really is the only option because you know it's not working when you're playing so tense or pressing or trying too hard. And I think the one thing that Tennessee's continued to be able to rely on throughout the season is the pitching. And that has to give you confidence as an offense, knowing like, hey, our pitchers are going to continue to keep us in ball games, but let's find a way to have their back in the postseason.
Emma Clark, Digby's glove, throwing on the hop. She's safe. Digby had to throw that mid-air.
This was a really good play by Emily Digby. This is deep in the hole, has to throw it off her back leg. Still just not enough firepower behind it because there was a lot of speed up the line, but you got to kudos to that play. And the pitching coach, Chelsea Wilkinson, is going to come out and have a conversation with Randy Rolling after just a little bit of a momentum shift here for Tennessee, from that leadoff double to obviously that Sophia Knight home run is key right now for Tennessee.
Things you weren't sure that you'd say. Sophia Knight's home run 2 days in a row.
You know what?
Love it.
After talking with Karen Weekly, she gave me the vibe that something was going to happen for Sophia Knight.
Yeah.
She did. She didn't know what it was going to be, but it was going to be something big.
Didn't know it was going to be 2 home runs. Well, the Women's College World Series returns to Oklahoma City. Action begins Thursday, May 28th at 12 Eastern, live on ESPN. For more information on the 2026 Women's College World Series, visit ncaa.com, the home for all NCAA championships. Well, with 2 outs, Tennessee's gotten a 2-run home run and 2 singles. And now Alana Leach with 2 on. Tied for the team lead in home runs.
I think being able to go out and just try to settle Rolling down a little bit, in the sense that this is a team that knows how to come from behind. We know that. They don't press when a team gets up on them. So it's just kind of reminding Rolling of that. Hey, you got 2 outs. Find a way to get back in. Let your offense go to work.
Alana Leach, someone whose bat was not in the lineup at the start of this season, but now a mainstay, a hit in 7 of their last 8 games.
When you look at Alana Leach last year, I mean, she didn't have a home run last year. You look at her now, and just, I feel like what she's been able to do for this team has been huge. To go from 0 home runs in 25 to 13 and be up there with the team lead on that, some big adjustments in the offseason.
Slow roller to Roos, stepped over it. Runner coming home to the plate and tagged out for out number 3. But Tennessee is able to grab the lead. And
lose the challenge, you lose the challenge. You don't get to keep it. So now Tennessee only has 1 left in what is still pretty early in a ball game.
Yeah, that is different from last year. Last year they were not able to take obstruction off, even if the runner was out by a mile.
Yes.
And they changed that rule in the offseason.
Solidify to me Kenzie Brown and why she was drafted where she was in the AUSL, and how incredibly special she is when she has been healthy, because I put her up there as one of the best pitchers in the country right now.
Well, they'll be going up against the defending national champions tonight later on ESPN2. Kevin Brown and Amanda Scarborough will be on the call for that Supers. This game a must-win for Georgia, and they find themselves down 2-0, because if Tennessee wins this game, they're moving on to the Women's College World Series after a 3-1 win yesterday. Marissa Miller leading off, 6-7-8 due up for Georgia, who left 2 on in the first inning against Aaron Newer. Marissa Miller, second season for her as this main catcher in the starting lineup. Unsure if she likes ketchup. Ooh, that got her in the back on her nameplate.
That one knocks the wind out of you. Just kind of got away from her.
Just the second time she's been hit by a pitch this season. So the leadoff is aboard for Bailey Lindemuth, the transfer from Texas Tech. We asked Tony Baldwin, about some differences last year in the offseason, what they reevaluated about the team, and he said, look, we tried some things. We weren't as good navigating them. We went back to our old principles and standards, and that really helped the group. Plus, we went out and got some key personnel additions, Bailey Lindenmuth being one of them.
Yeah, they got some key transfers that are older, and I think that definitely helps. When I think of Georgia last year, I think of them being a little bit more of a younger team, and looking at them this year, I mean, they got the first 4 in the lineup are seniors, and there was just something about that experience piece, especially right out of the gate. And this is a team that has been so impressive to watch throughout the year. I mean, just the extra base hits, 199 on the year, 80 home runs, number 7 in the country, and average at 352.
Lindenmuth hits this one back to Newer, who goes to second. Tennessee will not be able to turn 2. But they do get the lead runner.
It was a team, too, we kind of asked, like, who's the captains? Like, how does this roll? And Tony Baldwin was like, we don't really like someone telling 18 to 22-year-olds, like, what to do. So we kind of don't roll necessarily with a captain, but he said Tyler Ellison is kind of that person that in the locker room, she's able to keep people in check.
Oh, Emily Digby has hit in the back. That's the second batter Aaron Newer has hit in the back in this inning. What's going on?
I don't know. It's almost like she doesn't have like a feel on that pitch. And especially, with your team putting up a 2-spot last inning, they are going to make a pitching change here, because it usually just doesn't get away from you like that, right?
Yeah.
Maybe give it 1, but 2, clearly it's just something isn't working.
Now Georgia has the batters. That's how Georgia has the tying run at first.
And I have to take advantage if I'm Georgia. I know Tony Baldwin talked about that Florida series in Game 2 when Florida made some mistakes, and then all of a sudden Georgia was a completely different team from that series on. The momentum carried over into that SEC tournament.
Now, can Georgia capitalize on this here? Can they flip the switch? Foul ball. Natalie Race, someone who is back in the SEC. She started her career at Ole Miss, had a shoulder injury, needed to take time to heal that, so she went and played at North Georgia and then found her way back into the SEC, this time with the red and black. Jetko sending in the change.
And I feel like it always fools everyone, that first changeup by Sage Marjetko, because it's so slow. That last one coming in at 47 miles an hour.
A little different than Pickens' change at 65.
A little bit. Everyone has their gifts, Courtney.
Marjetko is going to start with a strikeout.
But to go from 47 miles an hour on the change piece to then amp it up at 69 down in the zone, it just goes to show how hard that is, right? Just that separation of velocity is what can get in a hitter's dome a little bit and get them swinging at pitches that aren't in and around their hot spot.
Kirsten Roos here, top of the order for the second time. Georgia left 2 on in the first inning. They've got 2 on here and 2 outs.
And I think the goal with Aaron Newer starting this ball game was try to get us through one time. Like, get us through one time. I just had a feeling that this was going to potentially feel like a day where they were going to go to all the arms that they had on staff at one point. And I think that's kind of a respect piece to Georgia. Like, if you're Tennessee, I think it's important to win game 2 here because I think they're so good offensively at being able to make adjustments that I don't necessarily want to go to a game 3 where they get to see you for that 3rd time. I want to try to find a way to take advantage and get 2 and be out of here.
You see Aaron Newer and Carlin Pickens right next to each other chatting in the dugout. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw Pickens at some point too. It's a 2-2 coming to Kirsten Roos.
But it's still in the back of your mind, that changeup, right? Like, we know that she threw that to Natalie Ray. It was up in the zone, but we have not seen her throw one here to Roos. She always has that in her back pocket, something that she can whip out at any time.
Inner Sage and gets 2 Ks. Tennessee's got some energy. Georgia leaves.
Win, but I was a little surprised Nyjah didn't get the ball.
I know, me
one.
too.
Yeah. I mean, Caitlin Terry, I want to say they have 5 or 6 lefties for Florida in the lineup off the top of my head. And that lefty-lefty matchup sometimes is fierce, so I could see that obviously being a reason.
Yeah, Texas Tech will win tomorrow. They advance. Florida's got to win that game tomorrow, just like Georgia has to win this one here in Knoxville. This is game 2 of the Knoxville Super Regional. Tennessee took the lead in the last inning, a 2-run home run by Sophia Knight, her 2nd home run of the season, and 2nd in as many days. Mackenzie Butt at the plate facing Randy Rolling.
And I think if you're Randy Rolling, you just want to keep it where it is. Just keep it within reach, keep it 2 runs, trust that offense, know they're facing 2nd time through here.
She struck out Mackenzie Butt in the 1st inning with the bases loaded. And strikes her out again here in the 3rd.
When it's on the exact same pitch, too. It's this screwball, so it is cutting away from her, which makes it so tough. You just got to eat it and almost not go after it unless you're able to barrel that up, because it's such a tough pitch.
Elsa Morrison, the freshman catcher. First pitch, she'll take it over to Linda Muth.
First off, you better remember what that sign says when you come down here. Don't miss the test.
There's the train, Danielle, in the outfield coming through.
See, the other one behind it is staying still. That's why I was asking you yesterday. What's the deal with that guy?
I mean, they do go through.
I don't call a lot of games here, so it's not my first time seeing the train, but I didn't know if the other one was just a permanent place setting.
It's an active, I don't know, train yard?
All right.
Station? Train station? Rail station? I don't know. It's a weird signature of the ballpark here. Here's Gabby Leach. And rolling ahead 0-2. Gabby Leach led off the 2nd inning with a double. And eventually would come around to score on the home run from Sophia Knight. Off the end of the bat to Linda Muth. And a very quick inning for this Georgia defense. All right, Dogs have had their chances. Can they catch up to Tennessee?
For sure, winning game 1. Hard to battle back. Not that it hasn't been done. I mean, you said it 3 times. I remember my senior year, we lost game 1 and then had to play 2 back-to-back games.
In the same day, yeah.
In the same day.
I'm glad they changed that.
Yeah, me too. A little bit too late.
Yeah. Well, Jaden Goodwin is going to lead it off for Georgia in this Super. They've scored 1 run. They have left 14 on base in 9 innings in this Super. That includes yesterday, obviously. This one over to Mackenzie Butt at first. Well, behind the dish for Tennessee is a freshman, and Elsa Morrison, who has just stepped in her rookie season and learned how to catch the best pitching staff in the nation, learning how to manage these 3 arms, and Marjetko, Newer, and of course Carlin Pickens. And Karen Weekly can't say enough good things.
And that's a tough task, right? Like, as a freshman, you want me to hold Carlin Pickens accountable, but this was back when 7th grade. I mean, Coach Karen Weekly said she's constantly coming to camps. What stood out to her was just how vocal she was. She talked. She wasn't that typical shy 6th, 7th grader. She loved that. So if you have, young athletes that are listening and you're going to these different exposure camps, like, talk, be that voice, let these coaches know that you're there, you're present, because it's little things that stands out. I mean, Karen Weekly told us that exact thing.
There's Sarah Gordon at the plate. Yeah, I asked her, I said, when did you know Elsa Morrison would be a good fit? And she said, she was so smart. I couldn't ignore it, her coming to camp. She wasn't afraid to ask questions, like you said, and they were thoughtful questions and things showing she thought softball and knew the game.
Well, and Coach Karen Weekly had made mention of, I mean, she's an engineering major. Like, she is somebody that thinks at a high level, right? Always wants to know the why. Not that that's a bad thing, but if there's an adjustment or something here or there, it's like, okay, why am I doing this, and how is that going to be able to help my game? And then is able to make that adjustment, which stands out.
Sarah Gordon fouls this off. Yeah, she's an industrial engineering major. Tennessee has an excellent engineering program. Rolls in the dirt and hops away. It's a full count coming to Sarah Gordon. You see Jackie Kirkpatrick in the dugout right now. She's the backup catcher at Tennessee, and this staff and these players give her so much credit, especially Elsa Morrison does, for learning how to handle these pitchers. She has totally owned her role. A strikeout for Sage Margetko.
So good. Tough pitch. I mean, this is 69 down with that 9-inch break on this pitch, hitting a perfect corner. That's a really pretty pitch. But just to go back to Jackie, right? Like, what a selfless teammate in the sense of being able to help this freshman that's come in, getting to play before her. Sometimes it's part of the game. It's how it works. And I think for her to be able to just kind of be that calm presence, she's been so good at being able to do framing and all the littlest things. Coach Karen Weekly says she's one of the best catchers at being able to get some of those pitches.
Tyler Ellison now seeing 2 balls and a strike from Sage Margetko.
We actually haven't had to see Sage, besides, I want to say, maybe 2 changeups, have to really throw many in what's going to be her 27th pitch so far since she's entered. So that's always in the back pocket.
Oh. Sneaking it in there?
Yeah, I'm with you. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ellison absolutely battling in her last AB in the first inning. That was against Erin Newer, but she got just her 3rd career hit in the NCAA tournament. About to see an 8th pitch from Margetko. And she will take that walk. First walk since Margetko entered. Now Georgia looking for a little 2-out rally. Tennessee was able to get some stuff going with a couple down. That's when they hit their 2-run home run. Gabby Novickas now at the plate for Georgia, representing the tying run. that the change piece?
A little change piece, 49 miles an hour. Such a big difference from the hard stuff.
A couple of pitches we've seen in the dirt from Margette Coe.
And that's that drop ball, which we've seen one of the strikeouts on the day on that pitch that almost, for Natalie Ray, that almost looked like it was going to kind of bounce, but it just gets in a hitter's head.
Gabby Novickus fouled it off.
Going from that changeup back to the hard, right? And then when they see something that has a little bit of that downward rotation, sometimes the mind tricks you into thinking it's something in and around the zone, or you'll get some swings and misses on some crazy pitches from Sage Margette Coe. Mississippi State, Oklahoma game.
It's getting wild over there.
11.
State's taking the lead in the 7th.
And that's a good hold.
She did not go, they say.
I mean, if Margette Coe would have been able to get that first strike, the body was completely fooled on that. Great pitch.
2-2 to Gabby Novickus. Got her! Georgia leaves another runner stranded. They trailed by 2 in a must-win.
You know, all on the same page as Georgia team. They've been so good all year long, and when your backs are up against the wall, there is plenty of game left for this Georgia offense. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, don't forget, this is a Georgia team who scored 10 unanswered runs against Oklahoma in the SEC tournament. Go off of Marissa Miller, the catcher. Did not sound great. Oh.
She got hit in the back and
woof. Rough day at the office. Bella Faw, short. Sarah Gordon wants it. She got it. Well, a season is on the line for this Georgia softball team. They have to win this game in order to force Game 3. If Tennessee wins, they're going to the Women's College World Series for the 10th time. It would be back-to-back appearances for the Lady Vols. Bottom of the order with Taylin Hawley against Randy Rolling.
I think getting the opportunity to sit down with Randy Rolling was well worth my time. She was so fun to get to know. Obviously has such confidence about herself, and I just need to know the difference from last year to this year, and got deep into kind of that off-season work, that heavy lifting that sharpened her.
Well, it's the first time, too, Georgia had the pitchers do the same workout and conditioning as the hitters.
Yep.
And Randy told us she gained 7 pounds of muscle.
Let's go. And I asked, I'm like, hey, your velo last year was 63, 64, like topping at that. Now you'll see her at 67, 68. She can amp it up, and that's been able to kind of help a lot. And I also think, too, it's like, you know, it's an adjustment coming into the SEC when you're playing, and understanding that when you miss, sometimes you're going to get hit hard. And I think she's really been able to work a lot with Chelsea Wilkinson on that rise ball. That's kind of been her most improved pitch, she said.
Well, she said she totally revamped it. And also, they're kind of in each other's brains now. Randy told us, look, I can predict what pitch she's going to call. I understand why she's doing that, and I can probably guess what's coming next. 2-2 here to Hawley. Hawley rolls it to Kirsten Roos. Hopped in her glove, still made the play. 2 down.
It's like, that's the one thing being a pitcher. Like, listen, we don't need you to be a robot. Like, you need to be able to think the game at a high level. Like, why am I throwing this? What is this pitch setting up? And am I able to read what a hitter's doing in the box and the tendencies, where they're standing? Did that just miss the barrel? Like, and obviously there's a lot of scout and a lot of homework that goes on, but there's a lot of adjustments that need to be made in game. And being able to make note of that in your brain as the game is going on. Like, sometimes those were my favorite, because they can't tell from the dugout what that hitter is doing, right? You can reiterate that, timeouts, and when you go back in, but being able to see that as a pitcher, you can feel swings. Like, you know when someone takes an absolute daddy hack off you and you're like, oof, okay, I can't make that same mistake. Needing to be aware of those moments and not getting so caught up in just looking down at that watch, throwing the pitch. It's like, why are we doing it? Don't ever lose sight of that.
First strike that Sophia Knight has seen. Her bat is the difference in this ball game. Had a 2-run home run in the second inning. We'll say she did not go. Full count. And a strikeout for Rolling. Strikeout number 4 for Randy Rolling. It's a 1-2-3 inning, and Georgia will grab the bats when we come back. Start today, and so far Sage has come in and struck out 4 batters.
She's done a really good job of being able to kind of separate her pitches well, and able to mix in that changeup. That drop ball has been really effective, and Erin Newer set the tone. I think she's done a really good job from the jump. I mean, a couple blemishes with the hit by pitches, but that's it. And Sage came in and has been doing great since.
Georgia has left 5 on base today. Marissa Miller is going to lead off like she did in the second inning here in the 4th. 6 batters faced, 4 strikeouts for Marjetko. This is the first time that Miller has seen Marjetko. Remember, too, these two teams did not play in SEC play this year. So this weekend, the first meeting between the two of the season. Marissa Miller hops it to Ella Dodge. It's kind of interesting how we have 3 All-SEC Supers, and none of those played each other in the regular season.
Funny how that works.
Yeah.
Funny how the selection show selects it, huh? I mean, it makes for what seems like more of a fun super when you know you don't have to play a team for a 4th and a 5th and a 6th time on the year.
I think they went to go hustle to get a ball. Then Elsa Morrison coming out talking to Sage. Bailey Lindemuth at the plate. 1-1. First season that Sage Marjetko has really been healthy. She had off-season hip surgery in the off-season, something she had been dealing with since high school.
And I just feel like she's put so much less pressure on herself. And when you look at last year, and I think there was just a lot and dealing with that injury and all the things, and finally being the healthiest that she's been must be so healthy for the mind as well, and just really allows for her pitches to dance. I mean, that drop ball has been money.
She is thriving right now in this relief appearance. 5 strikeouts.
So good. Just such good wiggle on these pitches.
Emily Digby here. Don't change. Ball 2. Firing in that first strike to Digby. Digby, it's high, but it's short. And Emma Clark takes it.
For Georgia in the fourth. No runs, no hits, no runs.
Matt, thank you for the update. It's so exciting to be able to hop around to all these super regional sites. We started here in Knoxville yesterday. Tennessee got the win in game 1, and now Georgia fighting for their season. They have to win this game. Jaden Goodwin takes the first pitch foul. Bottom of the 6th inning, Georgia the home team today in game 2. And Jaden Goodwin has been a hot hitter for them. Excuse me, Sarah Gordon at the plate.
It just feels like such a critical inning here for Georgia. Get something going. 4 seniors in a row. 3rd time through, they're getting to find some ups.
Sarah Gordon and Tyler Ellison have the hits today for Georgia, back-to-back. Marjetko ahead, 1-2.
I feel like you'll usually hear me be open and honest about the zone behind the dish, and I feel like she's done a really good job.
Yeah,
I haven't noticed. And that's when
that's a good thing.
maybe pinched a couple pitches early on in the game, but she's been so consistent.
Ooh, hard hit ball right up the middle by Sarah Gordon, and she's got her 2nd hit today.
So good. This is an 0-2 pitch, and she goes down and gets this drop ball 73 miles an hour off the bat. That's an absolute rocket. Like I said, here come the dogs.
Sarah Gordon's got 2 hits. Tyler Ellison has the other hit today for Georgia, and she'll swing hard at the first pitch. And Tony Baldwin's going to call time and talk to Tyler Ellison.
I just feel like he's kind of one of those guys that always knows what to say. You know, like in a moment where you're feeling maybe any sense of pressing or the pressure or like, hey, we got 6 outs left for Georgia with their season on the line. Like that big swing and miss, it's like, hey, let me grab her, have a quick conversation.
I'll let you know if you're looking for Oklahoma State and Nebraska. That is going to start over on ESPN News. They're resuming game 1 that started last night. They only got to throw a total of 30 pitches in that game before Mother Nature had other ideas. Ellison behind Marjetko, 0-2. Change, won't get it.
That's the 2nd time in this inning where she's thrown the changeup with 2 strikes.
Ellison, right to Bellafaw. Runner diving back to first.
It's a good piece, and just Bellafaw's in kind of the right spot. It's a little bit of air time, but
Gabby Novickas sends this one back into the stands, and it's going to roll down the net. And Carlin Pickens working in the bullpen. Yesterday we saw her get the win, complete game, struck out 10. Sixth time in her career she's had double-figure Ks in a postseason game. And wouldn't be surprised to see all three of Tennessee's main pitchers today in this game. It was Erin Newer who got the start. We thought it might be Sage Margetko, but she ended up entering in the second inning.
Good pitch. You can't say that Margetko hasn't been able to get ahead of these hitters. Has worked a lot of 0-2, 1-2 counts. It's a good job by Morrison behind the plate. Keep that in front.
And that right there is the 400th strikeout of Margetko's career.
Well, and it happens to come on one of the toughest pitches to hit. You just look at the body, everything's forward, really tough pitch. And I think if anything, Margetko has just missed a little up with that pitch. She's frozen hitters. She just hasn't been able to locate it for what, you know, the umpire would necessarily call a strike. And that's really kind of been a little bit of the difference maker. Besides that, still finding ways to get ahead of hitters.
Her last 3 Ks have come looking.
I think that just goes to show like how good her stuff has been and how well she's able to really kind of fool those hitters, whether she's going up or down or has that changeup.
Sarah Gordon led off this inning with a single. She's made third batter in a row here that Georgia has had the tying run at the plate. Can Marissa Miller get it done?
That's that one corner I feel like she's been able to do such a good job relying on in tight to those righties.
She will walk Marissa Miller. 2 on for Bailey Lindemuth. So the tying run at first, as a runner will come in for Miller, who's the catcher. Natalie Donaldson will run at first base. She will represent the tying run at first, the go-ahead run at the plate as Megan Rhodes-Smith comes out to talk to the battery. Karen Weekly will talk to the infield.
Just touch a base, I think the reminder, 2 outs, right? Those are just kind of the small victories and moments of maybe where you feel like you're pressing a little bit. Trust your defense. Just go straight attack mode. Because when she's been able to attack and get ahead of hitters, I mean, she's made it tough on them.
It's the first season that Sage Margetko has been healthy. She had off-season hip surgery in June. She'd been playing with a torn hip labrum since junior year of high school and really had to manage her workload. This year she's been able to train how she wants.
Number 55, Bailey Lindemuth.
Georgia has got to go here. Bailey Lindemuth is up with 2 on.
A good job working to get back in. A couple good, healthy hacks, too, by Bailey Lindemuth.
and Georgia leads 2. Tennessee's team, who got off to a historic start this year, the best start in program history at 26-0. They hit SEC play, and as you can imagine, things got tough. But man, have they turned the page here in the postseason.
I think too, when I know I mentioned this yesterday, but when you play in preseason, they had a heck of a strength schedule. I mean, they were playing really tough teams, but in the beginning of the season, it's like there's no pressure. You just don't feel it nearly as much as when you get into that gauntlet of conference play. It just hits a little bit different.
Yeah, they did not lose a game until March 14th in the series against Mississippi State, who just pulled off some history today. Their first Supers win.
Sure did.
Taylor Hawley to Roos. Let's take a look at today's Capital One rewarding performance as Sophia Knight walks up to the plate again. How about her second inning?
Not too shabby, if you ask me. Big 2-run home run, carrying that momentum over from yesterday, where she had that solo shot to get Tennessee going. Today was her second home run of the season.
Yeah, her third home run of her career.
I love the raw reaction, though. I mean, there's nothing like watching her around the bases.
Sophia Knight making contact again towards the gap, and over flies Natalie Ray. Ooh.
Gordon's like, thanks.
Randy rolling with a smile on her face, cheering her Rowdies. Two away for Ella Dodge. 2 singles today for Ella. Right back at rolling off of her glove. Roos hustling in time. And none of those 3 have a hit today. Here is Emily Digby. Tennessee will leave Sage Marjetko in here in the 7th. She entered in the 2nd. The difference in this game, a 2-run home run by Sophia Knight back in the 2nd inning. Georgia has left 7 on base today. They left 10 on yesterday. Digby towards right. Diving for it is Gabby Leach. She won't make it, and Digby's over to second looking for 3. Diving into 3rd. That's a way to start a rally.
And it's so fitting that it starts with Emily Digby to lead off the bottom of the 7th inning. She's able to wait on this changeup. Her body just able to stay back a little bit, and this extra layout by Gabby Leach allows for her to get all the way over to 3rd base. You know, Tennessee doesn't necessarily care about that run.
It does mean the tying runs at the plate. Natalie Ray fouls that one off.
But, I mean, I got to go back to Digby and waiting on the change. We haven't seen anybody do that today to that level. With just didn't look like she was fooled. Her body was able to stay back, and she does such a good job of just taking it to right field. That's a really good, healthy at-bat. Clutch.
Had a big home run yesterday to try to keep Georgia in it. Cut the lead in half at the time. Morrison tracks that down while keeping an eye on Digby.
Well, it just kind of gets you thinking, right? Like, if another runner gets on, what's the call? Are we going to the pen? Are you bringing in a Carlin Pickens? Loves the pressure.
They've used her several times to come in for the
sure
save.
Have.
Natalie Ray high, but shallow. Dodge got it.
That's big.
Now to the top of the order, Kirsten Roos, who has struck out 3 times today. twice against Marjecko. And that hops away from Morrison, runner coming home. And Georgia's gonna score on the wild pitch. They cut the Tennessee lead in half.
Well, this is that drop ball, right? 68 miles an hour, that extra little hop. And I feel like Ellison Morrison has been doing such a good job behind the plate, but that one just gets away from her. This is when, if you're Sage Marjecko, don't let the pressure of the inning take over. Take a big deep breath. Trust your stuff.
And Georgia with their leadoff at the plate, Kirsten Ruse, who spent 4 seasons at Coastal Carolina and then has become a Georgia Bulldog.
That's a good job to get back in that count. Goes away with that drop ball and is able to come back in on the hands, knowing that she has had that backwards K on her. Her last ups on the inner half. Erin Newer to start off the game was able to own the inner half, but you also need to know that she's a good hitter where she's going to adjust. So you want to be smart.
Sage Marjecko sits her down, and Georgia has 1 out to work with.
Man, this is so clutch. Doesn't go back in. She goes downstairs away, knowing that's probably a pitch that Roos would be thinking she would be coming back with in on the hands. Man.
Now Jaden Goodwin. Chases on that first pitch. Foul ball. Jaden Goodwin, one of those seniors for this Georgia team. He's been a mainstay in left field, trying to extend her career.
It's a good pitch, location, all of it, especially 0-2, man. Just being able to keep it down. I'd be curious if she could whip out the change here. I know she got dinged on it by Emily Digby to start off the inning, but
over to Emma Clark. And getting ready to hear Rocky Top in Oklahoma City. Tennessee to a 10th Women's College World Series.
Sage Marjecko. Wow.